Hey guys,
Welcome to our channel DJ Tales and Trails. I am Dia.
I'm Jeet.
Thank you for watching all our previous videos. In today's video, we wanted to bring to you all the details that you would require to plan your next trip to the Maldives. This could be your ultimate travel guide whenever you're planning your next trip to the beautiful, beautiful Maldives. We have put a timestamp for each of the parameters that we have covered in case you wish to jump to any of those. However, we would recommend that you watch the entire video for all the insights that you would need.
So the best time to visit Maldives would be somewhere between November to March, we would say, and that is basically the recommended time as well. During this time, the weather is neither too hot, neither too cold, and you'll be able to experience the beauty of Maldives. We went in the month of November during our anniversary, and we thoroughly enjoyed the place. The rates might be a little steeper during that time, but again, I would say that if you want to experience the beauty of Maldives, just go for it during November to March.
You get the value for your buck.
Absolutely.
Anytime between April onwards up to October, it is considered the off season, though it might be a little inexpensive in terms of the resorts and the other activities that you book. However, you might not get the optimal weather. It might be rainy, so it's not the best time. So we booked our flights about 3 months in advance. It is advisable that you plan a little prior, at least 2-3 months in advance with your air tickets while you're booking. That way you get the best rates. And the travel time from India to Malé, we traveled from the city of Bangalore in India to Malé, is approximately about 2 hours. It would vary slightly depending upon which city you're traveling from, but it is approximately about 2 hours. With respect to the travel costs, it might vary a little again from city to city. We'll cover the exact details of our travel costs in the sections below, where we have given a complete overview of the cost that has gone into the trip.
In terms of visa, I think Maldives is probably one of the most flexible destinations that you can go to. So the best part about Maldives visa is that the visa is on arrival for all foreign nationals and for Indian nationals as well, and there is no cost associated with it. So you can just go to the port of entry, give your passport, and get into the country. But again, if you want probably a little seamless experience, then you can book or you can probably process an e-visa online, and I will share the link to the website from where you can do that e-visa, so that you don't probably have to stand in the queue. Another important aspect of traveling to Maldives is you have to submit the travel health declaration, and that is a mandatory process where you have to do that at least 3 days prior to the travel. For that also, I will provide a link in the description. The name of the website is IMUGA, just for your reference, but I'll provide a link. You can go to it and fill up the details. It's again a very seamless, easy process, so you can follow those instructions.
So there are about 1200 islands in Maldives, out of which approximately 200 of them can be inhabited. The international airport is at Malé City, which is a very densely populated city, and you have several options like Airbnbs and different resorts and hotels to choose from. However, you have to keep in mind that Malé is an Islamic country. Maldives is an Islamic country. And Malé, as the capital city, has few restrictions in terms of what you wear. That is, in some resorts and some hotels, you might not be allowed to wear swimming costumes and beach wears, and there is no alcohol that is available in the city. So we would recommend that you do your research prior, though in Malé the accommodation would be a little on the economical side. However, if you want to get the complete experience of the beauty that this country has to offer, we recommend that you stay in one of the island resorts. The rates would again vary depending upon the kind of accommodation that you choose. So you have different categories, like you have a water villa, you have a beach villa, and then you have general rooms to choose from. We will again give you a breakup of all the details in the cost section, which we will cover. But again, it's highly recommended that you choose one of the island resorts as your destination when you're planning a trip to the Maldives.
But again, it depends on your budget and also the kind of activities that you want to indulge in. So take a call based on your interest. So now, if you have planned to stay in a private resort in a separate island, so there are basically 3 to 4 different packages that you can choose from, and again, it will completely depend on the resort that you're staying in. The first package, the option A, would be the basic stay and breakfast along with it, which is always complimentary. The second package would include a bed and breakfast and also one meal for the day. It could be either lunch or dinner, but usually it's the dinner that they offer. The third package is your stay, then breakfast, your lunch and dinner, but the alcoholic beverages, non-alcoholic beverages are not included in that package. And usually the fourth package is all inclusive, where you get stay, you get all 3 meals, and also select alcoholic and non-alcoholic beverages. So again, since we have already been there and we opted for the all-inclusive package, both of us drink, so it made more sense to us. But again, you can choose based on your preference. If you don't drink, don't go for the expensive package, just go for stay and the 3 meals for the day.
We stayed in this luxurious resort called Cinnamon Velifushi, which was one of our best stays ever. We opted for a water villa and an all-inclusive package. And our recommendation also to each one of you is whichever, irrespective of the resort that you choose, it is always advisable to go for an all-inclusive package. Either a package which includes all your meals, and if you are into alcoholic beverages, then an all-inclusive which includes all your beverages as well, because it offers a wide variety of buffet to choose from. And also the alcoholic beverages, the spread is quite massive. So that ways it ends up to be economical and you have a lot of options to choose from. And if you haven't already, please go back and check all our previous videos where we've captured the beautiful resort and all the activities that we have done in the 4 days that we spent there.
So now coming to airport transfers, if you're staying in Malay City, the airport transfer for you obviously will be much quicker because it will be in that city limit itself. But if you're staying in a private resort, then you have 2 options. One is via speedboat and the second one is via seaplane. But these come at an additional cost and these are also arranged by the resort itself. So if you're traveling by a speedboat, so just to give you an example where we stayed Cinnamon Velifushi, from the airport to the resort it took us around 45 to 50 minutes. So that is the time taken by the speedboat. But if you travel by a seaplane, it will take you half the time. But again, the costing would also differ, because if you travel by speedboat, your cost would be at least 50% of the costing for a seaplane. One thing that we would recommend you to do is, before booking the resort, just check the option of airport transfer, because some of the resorts are pretty far away from Malay City, so they do not have the option of speedboat and they will only have seaplane option, which might be a little steep price wise. So before booking any resort, just check the options that are available with the resort. If it's speedboat and seaplane both are available, you can definitely go ahead and choose whichever is more convenient for you. But if it's only seaplane, that again depends on your budget.
As a recommendation, we would say that at least one of the either sides of transfers, you can opt for a seaplane. We were lucky enough to get an upgrade from the resort. So we can vouch for it that it was an amazing experience, an experience of a lifetime of traveling via the seaplane. So maybe that is one thing that you can choose from. depending upon your budget again, just for the experience of it. And Maldives is an absolute paradise when it comes to water sports. You have a wide variety of water sports to choose from, like scuba diving, snorkeling, jet skiing, etc. And these are usually booked from the resort itself at an additional cost. We would recommend that you make the bookings for these water sports a few days in advance, especially during the peak season, because the resorts are mostly full and the water sports are usually booked out. From our experience, we felt that the water sports charges are a little steeper compared to the other Southeast Asian countries. However, it is definitely an experience that you should have, so you can choose from the wide range of water sports that they have.
And it is actually shown in one of our video, all the water sport activities that are there and the cost associated with it. So if you're staying in a water villa like we did, the best part is that you can dive in to snorkel at any point of time. We also got into the water at least couple of times a day. You just need to hire or rent your gears from the resort itself, and that comes at a minimal cost, and you can completely enjoy it from your room. Additionally, we also went for jet ski, and if you want to get some glimpses of that, we have uploaded a video on water sport, and you can go back and check our video on that.
Okay, so now coming to the most interesting part of the video, that is the travel cost, the moolah that you spend. It will totally depend on the time of your travel, the airfare, the airlines that you choose to book with, and the resort that you choose to stay in. So all these factors basically contribute to the total cost. We will give you a complete breakdown of where we spent and the different costs that are associated with the entire travel.
So starting off with the airfare, so we were a little lucky. We got a little lucky because from Bangalore to Malé Airport, we took an Air India flight, and the costing for that came to around 16,000 rupees for the two of us, which I think was a amazing deal for us. And while coming back, we took Indigo, and that was somewhere around 26 to 27,000 rupees. So overall, the airfare was close to around 44,000 rupees, which I believe is a decent amount for an international trip.
So again, while you're planning, keep a watch on and off on the airfares. We were actually tracking the airfare for a couple of days, and the day it went the lowest of 8,000 rupees is when we instantly booked it. So we tracked it for about a week. So you can do the same, and that's why it's more important to plan your travel a little in advance.
Now talking about the airport transfer, as you all are aware now that we stayed in a private resort, and from Malé Airport to the resort it was somewhere around 45-50 minutes via speedboat. While going and coming back also, we booked the speedboat for each of us. The speedboat was $210 round trip per person. So overall we had to shell out somewhere around $400+ for the speedboat. And I also looked at the seaplane pricing. So the seaplane pricing was somewhere around $410 to $420 round trip, which was just double the speedboat cost. And as Dia mentioned earlier, while coming back we got an upgrade to a seaplane, but while going to the resort we definitely took a speedboat. So if you want to experience that thrill of coming back via seaplane or going to the resort via seaplane, you should definitely do that. It might be a little expensive, but it's worth every penny. Now coming to the resort cost, obviously it was the place where we had to spend the most. We did stay in a private resort, and it was luxurious for us. So the total cost for 3 nights and 4 days at Cinnamon Velifushi for us, the two of us, was close to around 1.6 lakh rupees.
In a water villa.
In a water villa, and that included our stay, all meals, beverages, and select alcohol.
Like we mentioned before, the different room categories have different costs. The water villa is usually the most expensive, and then you have the water villa suite and other costs attached to it. But you have different categories of rooms to choose from, like a beach facing villa, or a normal room which is again beach facing, and definitely the water villa and the water villa suite. So you have different categories. You can go through the rates while you're making the booking, and you can book one of your choice.
And just one more point here I would like to add is, while you're booking, the tax amount needs to be calculated separately. So just be cautious of that, because say for your stay, if the total cost comes to around 1 lakh rupees, there could be an additional tax of 25 to 30,000 rupees. So when you're booking, it will be actually that 1,30,000 rupees. So just be aware of that before booking. So in terms of water sport, as we discussed earlier, we could do the jet ski, and obviously we did snorkeling from our room. So for jet ski, we spent around $200 for the two of us in a single jet ski, and it was a 1 hour duration water sport for us. Also, if you're hiring the gears for snorkeling, which probably you would like to use from the room, for us it costed around $13 per piece. But again, it might differ from resort to resort, so it could be somewhere between $10 to $20 per gear per day.
Now coming to the last part of what are the things, the essentials that you need to carry while you're on a beach vacation. First and foremost, the most important thing is beach wear, swimming costumes, swimming gears that you would need, because you would be mostly in the water during your water sports or even otherwise. Secondly, a broad spectrum sunscreen, because it is a tropical country, the sun would be shining on you. So it's advisable that you carry a broad spectrum sunscreen, preferably about 50 SPF and above. Very comfortable and quick dry clothes, and comfortable footwear as well. If you are planning to go snorkeling from your room, then we would recommend that you carry a pair of aqua shoes, because it is usually a little rocky. That is something that we did not, and we got a little bruised while we went into the water from our room. These aqua shoes are very easily available online, or in stores like Decathlon. Next is again sunglasses and hats and caps to save you from the bright shining sun. Then you would also need to have umbrellas or raincoats. This is usually provided by the resort itself, but you can just check with them, or you can carry one for yourself just as precaution, because downpours are usually a little common during the evenings or early morning, so you can have that as a backup.
And during our stay also, as we mentioned, we went in November. So one day it was sunny, the next day it started raining. So it's a little unpredictable, the weather there. So just to be safe, you can carry that.
But most resorts do provide a raincoat for you.
Yeah.
The other thing, and most importantly, is an universal adapter. Again, that is something we missed carrying, so we had to arrange for it from the resort. You can have that handy for yourself, because that is something that you will definitely need if you're traveling from India. And lastly, mobile pouches. These are also again very easily available online on Amazon and other websites. So it's basically a pouch, a waterproof pouch, where you can keep your phone, and you can freely get into the water with it in case you want to click photos or videos while you're snorkeling or in the water. So that will come handy for you. That is pretty much all the information that we had to share with you, and possibly everything that you would also need to plan your trip to the Maldives. If you have any further questions, or if you need to know any further details, please drop in your comments in the comment section below, and we'll be very happy to get back to you with all the details that we know of.
Thank you for staying with us and watching this video. And if you like our content, please subscribe to the channel. Press the notification button so that you get notified every time we upload a new video. Like the video, share the video, comment, and keep following us. Thank you.
Thank you. Bye.